Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today is going to be a very quick video about my favorite blushes that I used in 2025. Now, these are not blushes that came out in 2025, but these are some of my favorites that I used in 2025. So I just want to come on here and share that with you all. So let's get into it. I want this video to be quick. So first, I have the Wet n Wild blush in the shade Mellow Wine. Okay. Oops, come on, focus. There we go. This is a very nice peach blush. And you can see the faint rings of the pan underneath because I'm about to hit pan. I love the shade. And I tend to also mix this with orange if I want like a deeper peach shade, but this is like the base that gives me the perfect peach blush look, and I love it so much. Here it is by itself on my arm, and it's just a nice soft peach. And I will also include some pictures of when I wear this blush, also mixing it with orange. Next, I have a blush and highlighter duo from Revolution Beauty, and this is in the shade Daydream right there. And this is what it looks like in the pan. And this is a deeper peach, definitely leaning more towards orange. And the highlighter, I don't touch too much. I have another blush duo where I prefer that highlighter, but I love this blush. And this is the shade that I mix with my Mellow Wine. And oh my gosh, I get the perfect little peachy glow on my cheeks. And so, like I said, I'll post some pictures of when I do that. But let me do a couple of swatches for y'all so y'all can see just how pigmented. Look at that. And you can see the highlighter is quite icy, so I don't really use that too much. But that's the orange, and mixing it with the Wet n Wild, beautiful. Next, I unfortunately have a discontinued blush. This is the Colourpop blush in the shade Toffee Cake. And this was a part of their smoothie collection that they had one summer. Why won't it focus? But this is like a nice red. I feel like when it's on my cheeks and diffused with a brush, it's a very nice muted red color. I don't know why it's called Toffee Cake though. Like, I don't think of toffee anything when I wear this, but come on and focus. There we go. You see that color? Look how pretty that is on the skin. It's just a nice, soft, muted red. And it goes with so many different makeup looks. I'm very sad that they discontinued this. I wish this was one that could have been permanent, but I love this blush. One of my favorites. Next, I have another Colourpop blush. This is their cream lip and cheek tint. Lip and cheek balm, excuse me, in the shade Heart's Content. And this was the first, I can't even get it open. Okay, this was the first cream blush that I had ever used. You can see my little usage dent in there, but I like this a lot. I thought this was going to be way too pale for my brown skin, but it wasn't. This is actually very, very nice. I put this on when I'm doing my liquid products or cream products first, and then use like a finishing powder over top to get rid of the shine. I'm not someone that likes the dewy, glowy shine for cream blushes because I'm oily. But this was really, really cute on the skin. So it's just a nice pink. And if you do too much, it can be a bit wow in your face. But when diffused with a brush and then topped off with like a setting powder, that is actually very pretty on the cheeks. Moving into my next blush that I often use with this Colourpop Heart's Content is my CoverGirl. This is the CoverGirl True Blend So Flushed High Pigment Blush. Such a long title, but this is the shade 360 Sweet Seduction, and it is so nice. You can see my usage, but you see that almost blends into my skin there. But I will often use this on top of this, and it's so nice. You can barely even see that. And I admit my lighting is not very good, but both of these together work wonders. I have a look here on YouTube where I use these two blushes together and it came out really cute, so I'll post that for y'all. Last but certainly not least is my Hopeless Romantic blush palette from Glam Goth Beauty. Now, if you are not new to my channel, y'all already see how often I use this palette. But this is the palette here. There's 6 blushes inside. So we have 1 purple, 2 pinks. This one is a shimmery, glowy pink. And this is a deeper, shimmery, more muted red. I love mixing and matching and creating my own blush shade with this. You can see the pan coming through on that purple because for whatever reason, I like mixing purple with all these other shades in here. And you can kind of see it coming through on the melancholy shade there as well. This is what the swatches look like on my arm for the palette. Okay, so that is this. And it's so nice. It is so nice. So these are my favorite blushes of 2025. Once again, these did not come out in 2025, but they were the ones that I used the most in my collection, and they have become fast favorites. So that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.